I'm gonna be share with you how I make my chocolate cake for cake jars. Okay, cake jars, chocolate cake. I mean, okay. The first thing I like to do, I like to get my ingredients all together. Okay, I'm gonna be doing with you. This is a granular sugar. Okay, I use granular sugar and I use light brown sugar as well, just to bring more moistness to my cake. Okay, if you don't have, you can just use granular sugar, and that's it. Okay, gonna do the flour. I use self-raising flour, but if you don't have access to self-raising flour, just use normal flour. Okay, seed, cocoa powder, now we're gonna do baking powder and baking soda. Okay. If you only the difference when you use self-raising flour or when you use just plain flour is like self-raising flour I add less baking powder because self-raising flour already have baking powder on it. Okay, because I make my chocolate cake with oil, I don't use butter, so that means we need to add some salt as well to this recipe. Using large eggs. I do use large egg for almost all my recipes, to be honest. I do prefer. When I say large eggs, I mean your eggs should be at least 60 grams, 60 grams. Okay, this one is about 71 grams. Okay, perfect. And this one is about 65 grams. Here I have milk. I do prefer home temperature milk. Just leave your milk at home temperature for about 5 minutes. It should be enough. Okay, because we need to make a homemade buttermilk. But if you prefer to buy your buttermilk, is optional. Okay, but I just make it at home and it works every well every time perfectly. Okay, I do that for red velvet cake as well, and I love it. Okay, now what I like to do, I like to have take a large bowl. Okay, because this is better for mixing. Okay, because we're not gonna use a hand mixer or stand mixer for this recipe. Okay, very simple. I'm gonna just do the flour, baking powder, and baking soda, and the cocoa powder. Oh, I'm so sorry, guys. I thought my camera was recording, but my the memory of my phone is full, so the phone just turned off. I don't even realize. So what I did here, I just add the eggs to the buttermilk. Okay, but I need a large bowl. I'm gonna add first the sugar. Okay, this recipe here is very simple. You can do it in so many ways. I could just add sugar as well to this large bowl, with flour and baking powder, cocoa powder, everything there, and then do the white ingredients, which is eggs, buttermilk, vanilla extract, oil, mix all here, and after add it to the dry ingredients. But that doesn't really make much difference. Okay, uh, you can still, like, if you someone like you already bought my ebook, maybe you're gonna see on the ebook that I tell you to do it in different way, but in end of the day, it's gonna be all the same, you know. It's not gonna be affecting. It's not gonna affect the final result of your cake. Let's put it in that way. So here I have vanilla extract. Mix it all together in. My camera just keep on, you know, because I have to delete some videos, you know. The memory on my camera, I keep saying my camera, but it's my phone is full, okay. But anyway, I just add the wet ingredients. I mix it, and okay, here I have hot water, very hot, not boiling but really hot, and I have the coffee, okay. We're gonna just mix it to incorporate. I don't know if I have mentioned before, but my oven, my oven is on at 170 degrees. 170, okay? Because English is not my first language, okay? So sometimes I say one thing, but people understand it another thing. So just make it clear. It's 170 degrees, okay. That's it. That's all incorporated. We have to make sure this cake is very easy to make, you know. That's why I always turn my oven on before I start to. The first thing, I get the ingredients all ready, and I turn it over on, and after I start to prepare the cake. That's how it works. Okay. So now use a spatula just to mix your cake very well. This is the same recipe that you can find on my ebook. I have an ebook with 7 cake recipes that can be used for cupcakes, cake jars, birthday cakes, mini cakes. I create that ebook for mini cakes, but it's the same recipe that I use for almost everything. So it's a beginner friendly, you know. If you never baked before, you should be able to do it, you know, from scratch. All the recipes, you know, it's 7 cake recipes, okay. Now I'm gonna be using this. The tray is about 20 per 30, okay. It's a large tray, but you can use the same cake batter to bake in 2 different 8-inch cake tin as well. I already have 2 flavors here in my channel. I think I have a vanilla sponge with jam, and I have as well a red velvet, okay, tutorial. I'm gonna leave the link as well in the description box of this video, okay. I'm gonna bake this one. It's gonna be about 40-45 minutes, sometimes less, okay. And here I have the butter, okay. I'm gonna be make the buttercream. I already been mixing my butter. I'm using unsalted butter, okay, for about 10 minutes now. It's very fluffy at the moment. You have to mix that very well, only the butter. And now I'm gonna start it by adding icing sugar, okay. Always recommend to add your icing sugar in 2 or 3 times, um, at least 2 times, because that helps to incorporate better. Okay, now we add the rest of our icing sugar, and we add the cocoa powder too. Here is the cocoa powder. And you like double cream. Okay, and now we're gonna mix it until everything is well incorporated and very creamy and delicious. I already add as well salt here. Okay, as you can see here, I have half of my cake. I like to do that just to help me to not too like a crumbly, but just a big, you know, pieces like this, because I like when my customer eat the cake, they really feel the, you know, the cake texture. I have about 6 for this order, but I'm gonna be share with you, because this video is gonna be very, very long if I make all of 6. I'm gonna be show you how I make only one, okay? And for that you have idea. Okay, that's it. These cups I buy from Amazon. I use the one that have gold lids. This one I believe if it's not 240 milliliters, that means it's 250. Okay, what I do, I like to add some buttercream, okay, in the bottom. Oh, and I add the first layer of the cake. This is not a very big jar or cup, so I only do 2 layers, to be honest. Okay, I'm not going to talk about the prices, because it's all depends where you live, how much you spend for your ingredients, and how much you want to pay yourself. Okay, so you add more. I like to add more here in this layer, more buttercream. Okay, and that's it. We come with more cake. This last layer I don't add much cake, to be honest, because we don't really need. Okay, press it a little bit down and add more buttercream to finish. That's it. Touching the lid, I don't like that. Okay, of sprinkles to the top of it, just to give it extra sweet. And that's it. You add your label, you add the you have to add the food allergy labels as well, you know. Chan, chan, chan. Okay, that's all done, you know. You can sell this on Facebook, like I mentioned before, eBay, Etsy. I was selling a lot on Etsy about 2 years ago. Cake jars, cupcakes. I was sending it all over the UK, but I couldn't afford the Etsy fees, you know. But you know, it's just very simple to make. I'm gonna leave the link of my Etsy shop. Now I use my Etsy shop only to sell my ebooks and my course. I have a course as well, or tutorial about how to make bento box cakes, you know, baking and decoration and everything, you know, is a step by step. I'm gonna leave the link of my Etsy shop if you want to check, you know, or any ebook, or if you go to my Etsy shop, you're gonna see a lot of reviews of customers that bought my cupcakes, my cakes. Yes, just very simple to make. I really hope that you enjoy this simple, easy tutorial of how to make. The recipes you can find on my ebook. Okay, um, that's it. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next one. I'm gonna be sharing the Biscoff cake jar as well, maybe in 2 days, I'm not sure. Thank you very much for watching, and bye.